If you're running Google Ads for your towing business and you're wondering whether running ads at night is actually worth it, then this video is for you. I'll break down when nighttime ads can make sense, when they usually don't, and what factors you should look at before deciding whether to keep running your towing ads after hours. So let's get started. So guys, if you're a towing company and you're thinking about running Google Ads at nighttime, then in this video, we're going to talk about whether it makes sense running ads at nighttime and what you can expect from running ads on Google. So this is one of our example account, and in the last 60 days, we've generated around 604 phone calls and 371 conversions. These conversions are mostly phone call related conversions. I would say 100% phone call related conversions. And we're trying to track unique number of phone calls. That's why the number of conversions here might be less than the number of phone calls. Also, certain phone calls might be, let's say, very short, maybe less than 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and we may not include here as well. We're trying not to include this kind of phone calls. Also, maybe if there are some repeat phone calls, we're trying to track unique phone calls here. And as you can see, the cost per conversion is around $20 based on this conversion data. If we would calculate based on this phone call metric, it would be around, let's say, $12, $13. It would be even cheaper. But I think it is more correct way, this one, which is $20.48. And you can see other metrics as well. 43% impression share. So the first question, is it worth running Google Ads for your towing business at nighttime compared to the daytime? Based on my experience running different campaigns for different towing businesses, nighttime can also generate phone calls. And some businesses might say nighttime jobs might be more expensive, and that's why they may run ads at nighttime. But the quality of the phone calls might be different at nighttime compared to the daytime. At nighttime, you can also receive some spam phone calls, low quality phone calls, and people might be looking for impounding services or towing yards. And that can happen a lot from, let's say, 12 a.m. until 6 a.m. So I've pasted the call details data to AI as well so that it can analyze which times of the day can perform better, so I can pause advertising certain times of the day and continue running ads at certain times of the day. A quick reminder, if you want to copy my exact Google Ads campaign structure for local service businesses to generate phone calls, I'm giving it away for free. You can use it as a blueprint or copy it into your own account. The link is in the description below. So which kind of call quality can you expect during night hours? So I'm going to share you an example from this account. So guys, we're in the call details report, and from here we can see when the calls came in. So here I'm specifically filtering phone calls more than 60 seconds. So if you receive phone calls more than 60 seconds, you have higher chance of converting them, and you might have a higher chance of receiving more higher quality if they are more than 60 seconds. So as you can see, certain phone calls came at around 5 a.m., which is still early, right? And certain phone calls came at around 2 a.m. And if you're gonna scroll down, one phone call came at around 12 a.m., 1 a.m. But most of the phone calls are coming during the daytime. And we're just seeing the last 30 days. Again, 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And with this business, sometimes I saw several missed calls at nighttime. That's why I'm going to tell you what I've done with this particular account. So as you can see, we have received several phone calls during nighttime as well. And these are higher quality phone calls. So if you analyze the data more deeply, most of the phone calls came during daytime, and you can expect more higher quality phone calls during daytime. So what is my experience after running campaigns that run 24/7 or managing campaigns that mostly runs during nighttime? There can be certain businesses that only run at nighttime, and they can also generate consistent number of high quality phone calls, but again, they might also receive lower quality junk phone calls as well, and it can happen especially during nighttime. But of course, you need to optimize your campaigns and make sure that you stay in the profitable cost per phone call range. But if you compare the daytime and the nighttime, you can receive more higher quality phone calls during the daytime compared to nighttime. And also you might receive more spam phone calls if you take the percentage in terms of the total number of phone calls you receive and the spam phone calls you receive. Higher percentage can be with nighttime phone calls. So you might receive a lot of spam phone calls compared to the total number of phone calls you might get. The next thing is cost per phone call differences between nighttime and daytime. I try to share the statistics with you as well. So guys, we're in the section where we can see the time of the day. So we're again seeing the last 60 days. So as you can see from here, our cost per conversion on average is around $20.48. And we can see what was this cost per conversion number at nighttime. So if we're gonna scroll down, and these are all nighttime data, by the way, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if you're gonna scroll up, let's say $12, $10, $27, $14, as you can see, $17, around the same or a little bit more, a little bit less, and in the $20 range, as we can see from here. And if we're gonna go before 6 a.m. from here, if you're gonna scroll down, as you can see here, there should be less data. As I told, between 12 a.m. until 6 a.m. you might have less data. So one conversion came around $11 cost per conversion, $14, $12, $14, $11, $30, $17, 15, 11, 27. So as you can see, the cost per conversion numbers are around the same throughout the day. But at certain times of the day, you might receive more phone calls than the other times of the day, and the number of spam phone calls can be the same, and the number of spam phone calls can be different as well. So at nighttime, you might expect higher percentage of the phone calls can be spam phone calls. And again, as I told, you need to work on your campaign optimizations and try to block certain search terms or add as many negative keywords as you can. Otherwise, this is what you can expect. And their cost per phone call differences are almost the same throughout the day. And the next thing, whether nighttime traffic or phone calls can convert into jobs. This is, I can tell based on my experience. I can see their call details report. So as I told, I can analyze them based on their call length, or sometimes I can speak with the client which works at the night shift and he can get the job during night shift, and you can get high quality phone calls at night time as well. But again, you should optimize your campaigns and make sure that you should stay in the profitable range. Otherwise, Google Ads can eat your budget and you might receive a lot of spam junk phone calls, and overall you may not be able to get profitable with Google Ads. So when it makes sense to run ads based on business operations. So with one account, I analyzed their data for the last, I think it was 1 month, and I've only found the data from Gemini. I asked from it to analyze it and which time of the day we have higher quality phone calls, when we are receiving lower quality phone calls, and based on that, this is what it provided. Maybe I've asked it from ChatGPT as well, but I don't remember that. That's what I found. So as we can see from here, I've pasted the data like this. So you're gonna see that until 19th of January. And as you can see, the time of the day, and this third one is the duration of the phone call. Based on that, it can estimate when we receive it, higher quality phone calls or lower quality phone calls. Sometimes we might receive 0-second phone calls, which means it might be a missed call. So based on this data, I think it was for the last 1 month, and I can show you what was the result of this analysis. So this is the summary. Worst time, it says from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But I wouldn't take this because that's a very short time range. It says this blocks a high volume of calls, but they are consistently low quality. Very short duration, you can get many calls, but they don't result in meaningful conversations. I didn't get that one, but this one is really important. Worst time, low volume, from 1 a.m. until 6 a.m. While you receive almost no calls during these hours, this fits your specific definition of less calls and low quality. So based on that, I've made changes to my ad scheduling. And this is really important. But if you can work at nighttime for certain campaigns, it is working in my case. So it doesn't mean all the clients, all the locations might have this problem. You can make your optimizations or analysis based on the historical call conversion data you can get. And the next thing, it says best time, high quality from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Again, this is not a long time range, but the most important thing for me was this one, this data. And we can see what else it provided. This is also important part. It says the ghost hours, low volume. These are the times you receive the fewest calls, lowest traffic. From 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., virtually zero activity, total of 15 calls across the whole month. From 6 a.m. until 7 a.m., very low volume. Around 12 a.m., midnight, surprisingly moderate activity, but lower than daytime. And it provides some suggestions and ranks the time of the day, when it is good time of the day or when it was bad time of the day to run ads. So guys, these are my thoughts about when you need to run your ads. But as I told, depending on your location, depending on your market competition, you can run ads during nighttime as well. But you should be really careful because nighttime can attract lots of spam low quality phone calls, and you need to make your optimizations, or you need to make sure that you stay profitable during those times. So again, guys, if you want to know how I structure my campaigns for towing businesses, you can click the link in the description below and I can send you the video of how I do that for free. Or if you guys want my help to manage your towing businesses and generate phone calls with Google Ads, you can also apply to work with me. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.